Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be so honest. This might be it. For deathless Renegades, I don't think we would wipe here, but I've been talking about this fight being scary for a while, and I do think it's still scary. Really, it's like these mons right here, this Salamence with Power Herb, Dragon Dance, Fly is like so hard to deal with. And the Lucario with Life Orb Adaptability, High Jump Kick, is just like, it's insane. We're gonna need some luck. And to be honest, I was just planning. I was doing some easy planning here. I don't even know, dude. I was doing some easy planning, and I thought Gliscor could just beat Lucario, and then I realized that I had done all the calcs wrong, but I literally got here, and I got all my items ready, and I feel like it's still very possible. I can still do it. We might have to risk some crits, but we can still do it, and I think we need some more interesting videos. We need some more entertainment on the channel here. So I might regret this, but I think we gotta have some fun. I think we gotta live it up. And we're gonna try it. But right now, there's a lot of things that we could risk. There's a couple Pokemon that should be easy to deal with. We do have Protect on every single Pokemon on the team. Protect. And Milo's not pre-burned because we're using it as a pivot. A couple things I do want to touch on real quick too is I bought another Focus Sash. I bought some more leftovers. I didn't end up using the leftovers in this fight at least. And since we have Protect, like really the big takeaway is that having Protect as an infinite TM and being able to buy as many broken items as you want. What I mean by that is things like Focus Sash and leftovers. So I could have a full team of Focus Sashes. Makes this game a lot easier, right? This game already has a lot of things going for you. You get so many gift Pokemon, a lot of which I've kind of backed away from. I've set level caps lower. I've restricted like setup moves. All these things that would traditionally make this game easier, but for people who want to maybe have a harder challenge, restricting things like Protect or the Veilstone Game Corner where you can buy things like infinite leftovers is at least something to consider in the future. Wow, that was fast. He didn't even ask me, bro. Bro didn't even like, whatever. This fight's pretty scary. We kind of saw it there at the beginning. A couple of the really scary Pokemon. And to be honest, I feel like I'm in a daze. Like I feel like I've done all the calcs in this fight wrong, and we're just gonna see what happens. I kept U-turn on Gliscor, right? I think so. That will be potentially important. Okay, so here's Lucario. He goes straight out into Lucario. I'm gonna click Protect, I think. You might click Blaze Kick, but you shouldn't click Meteor Mash, you shouldn't click Bullet Punch. I'm just gonna click Protect, because if you click High Jump Kick here, we're in a great position. We're just in a fantastic position. He does click Blaze Kick, so my intuition is that unless he sees High Jump Kick kills, he's not gonna click it. That's kind of like my presumption. Is that he's only going to click High Jump Kick if you see it gets the kill. Which actually means I should have done this fight differently. I don't know. What? Oh, that makes me really scared. I think I have to stay in and just raw risk the crit. Because if he clicks Blaze, I can't switch into this thing. This thing is Focus Sash Pokemon. If I switch into this thing and he clicks Blaze Kick, we're actually going to take a good amount of damage. These things would take... Yeah. Alright, whatever. Please click Blaze Kick again. Oh, I just outspeed. Let's go. Okay, so that was a case that could happen. That was one of the reasons that, like... Basically what happened in my calc process is I was looking through a bunch of other Pokemon. I'd probably looked through like 10 different Pokemon in my box that could deal with Lucario. And I found that like basically in order to deal with Lucario, I would have to probably at least bring 2 Pokemon. What? Okay. I could stay in here, but I'd rather have HP on Gliscor, I'm not gonna lie. And I basically found that unless Lucario was plus speed nature, Gliscor outsped. And since I had -1 attack in the calc, and I was like, oh, Gliscor actually eats all these hits really, really easily. So I would only be dead to like certain crit rolls, but those crit rolls would only matter if he outsped me. Which means he would have to have these nature, and then he would have to like land these moves and all these other things. So that would have actually been scary, but I forgot that I could have outsped him there. So he clicked Blaze Kick and we risked nothing. He could have flicked Meteor Mash, but then he would have had to land it, and he would have had to crit, and he would have had to have a plus attack nature, or anything. Right? He would have, or no, he would have had to plus speed nature. Were the only ways that we could have lost Gliscor there. So even though I did my calcs on Gliscor wrong, like that's kind of the reasons I was like, I still feel like this has a better chance at dealing with it, because worst case scenario, right, natures are wrong, he lands every move, I miss every roll, right, everything else goes wrong, he's not clicking high jump kick on protect, and he still has to get a crit. This is Earthquake. Earthquake has like a 50% chance to kill me here. I really thought about trying to come up with something that didn't have to use a Focus Sash here, but this was just so easy and free. I would really not like him. Nice. And that means he probably wasn't Adamant. I'm pretty sure at Adamant it was a 50% chance to kill him, so that means he probably wasn't Adamant. Again, these fights where we can't see natures are actually, they're super tough because of that. I have to basically calc as if they have max speed, max HP, max defense, max attack. But yeah. Ooh. Do you click protect here? Either way, I'm going to Milo. Wars. Actually, wait. Oh my god. That was almost a throw. If he clicked return. I was actually in a bad position. I was convinced he was going to click like protect or close combat, though. I don't know why. I'm just like not with it today, dude. So now this should always be return. Should always be return. So we're gonna go right back into Lucario to come back and click close combat again. Sorry, strength. Wait, was I calculating for return? That's a crit. What? Wait, this is... What? Your guts burned? That's if you're adamant. Is Ursaring buffed? He already has 130 attack. Why did I do so much? Oh, did I not calc my defense? Oh, I must not have. My Lucario must have really, really bad defense. Right, I guess I have 133 HP. And I have 83 defense. I mean, even that's not terrible. That's still a surprising amount, but whatever. We had Focus Sash, so we actually didn't risk anything there anyway. I just forgot to put in calcs correctly. But even if he did actually get a crit there, or if he clicked close combat for some reason, I had a Focus Sash, he would have been fine. There's a Slaking. Any chance I just kill you? 49. Probably not, no. Just about no way. And, sorry for what's about to happen, guys. But I'll use this time to kind of explain some of my thought process with this fight. Because really, like, loafing around, there's the Toxic. So, the Lucario was really, really hard. So, like, I looked at, like, Crobat, and I looked at, right, every move Lucario have is actually resisted by Gyarados, but High Jump Kick would have still killed me through a crit. And I was kind of, like, confused, because I was like, okay, I don't actually know if the AI ever clicks High Jump Kick unless it sees a kill, which is what we kind of proved in this fight today is that the AI probably never clicks high jump kick unless it sees a kill, because it sees that it could do damage to itself, or that I could click protect, or that I could switch into a ghost type, right? Oh, did I just throw? I don't know if I can click protect in this turn. Not that it actually matters. There's the citrus berry. I'll start speeding through this for you guys. You can see Career Hammer Arm doesn't kill me here. But basically the idea was, yeah, so like I looked at all those different Pokemon, I looked at like Milotic, and everything was basically dead to a crit from Sun Move, just because adaptability is like a lot of damage, dude. Are you kidding me? Nice crit for me. Just because like adaptability plus Life Orb plus like 110 base attack is... Wait, what? Okay, wait, so you're loafing this turn. I mess up this fight so much. I'm like not paying attention at all. I would really rather get some extra leftovers chip. Okay, so here's Salamence. But basically, like, all that considered with Lucario, I was like I randomly calced Gliscor, and I was like, okay, Gliscor might outspeed. Gliscor will one-shot with Earthquake after Life Orb damage, both of which were, like, really, really good calcs. And I was like, okay. When I had Lucario at -1 attack, because I'd been calcing with Gyarados and Intimidate, I was like, okay, Gliscor can actually eat these moves. Gliscor couldn't eat these moves, but he still would have had to land them. He would have had to not be clicking high jump kick, right? He would have had to do a lot of different things. And even then, I was like, okay, I can always pivot between, like, my thought process is, I made it to Iron Island when I realized I did my calcs wrong. So it's like, my thought process is, if he's gonna click Meteor Mash and Gliscor, I can switch into Metagross, because Metagross, as we see, like, basically took no damage and, like, had infinite healing. And then when he was supposed to click Blaze Kick or High Jump Kick, I could switch into Gliscor. Eventually, High Jump Kick would see kill, so hopefully he would click it, and then when I switch into Gliscor, I mean, I actually don't know, because then it would just hit me. But he'd take Life Orb Chip. I don't really know what the plan was. The plan was to hope I outsped, or to hope I didn't get crit. I did outspeed, so it was fine. Lucario was really, really good for this fight, as we've kind of seen. This was literally just a pivot for Ursaring, but what was meant to happen is it was meant to be either a Pokemon that would guaranteed click Close Combat or Play Rough, in which I would go to this Pokemon. He would basically eat everything except for a couple Play Rough crit rolls, and then I would switch into Lucario on the return, or the Strength, which is exactly what we did. But because Ursaring came in on Typhlosion, which was really low HP, it was random move, which put me in a really, really stressful position, in which oh, that's fine. That's actually optimal. Wait, wasn't I just in on Metagross? Did that do more damage than I thought it did? No, it did 91. Yeah, that's what we thought. So we would have lived that. I do expect you to fly again. So this fight, as you see, is like the reason we brought Protect. This should just kill. Yeah, so no, he shouldn't see kill on any fly roll from here. Yeah, we're good. Pretty straightforward fight, actually. I mean, there was a lot of stress there, but the reason we had Protect on so many Pokemon was because I needed to stall Slacking, and then I needed to be able to stall Sky, or I needed to be able to stall Fly, and I wanted to be able to stall the Power Herb Fly. Like, there was a lot that was kind of, like, in here, and I probably very poorly explained all of it, but, like, I basically just decided, kind of, like, in the past couple minutes, that I was like, I'm just gonna risk a lot. I'm gonna bring Focus Sash on these two mons so that they can never die, even if they get crit. I can always switch into them no matter what. Right, if anything goes wrong and, like, I can't use my pivot Milotic, I can just raw switch to these guys. They'll eat a Close Combat or whatever, but, right, or an Earthquake, and they'll just hang on with the Focus Sash and then outspeed and kill. This thing was kind of a similar situation. I was like, worst case, I'm just gonna risk the crit. Like, I've already planned this far. And it is the only Pokemon that not only had, like, the chance to outspeed and kill, which was already really good because it meant he would have had to have been plus speed nature in order to even risk that crit in the first place. But like basically most of my other Pokemon were already risking crit, and in order to beat Lucario without risking crit, I would have had to do all sorts of pivoting, and I would have probably had to stall in some way, shape, or form. I literally I found a way I could do it, but I think I would have had to bring 3 different Pokemon. Like I would have had to bring Crobat, Gyarados, and Torterra, and that just wasn't gonna work. So that's kind of what we ended up doing. And yeah, I don't know. You guys saw how the fight played out. We were able to stall Slacking. We were able to kind of stall Salamence. Protect was just really good for this fight. We risked a crit, but everything else we had Focus Sash for, so we didn't actually risk it. If he had clicked Return on the Milotic switch, a crit would have killed us as well. And we didn't even end up risking the crit because we were plus speed. So we actually, hindsight of that fight, we didn't risk anything. Like, we didn't risk anything in that fight. Which is pretty crazy because we had Focus Sash on those 2 mods. I still did some calcs wrong, but like, I think I'm gonna start being a little more like abrasive. Like I'm gonna start risking a couple more things because these fights, they're just too easy, dude. I mean, that was pretty stressful for me. Prep was definitely stressful. That was a great smile. I'm so glad Gliscor outsped. But everything else there was pretty straightforward. Salamence ended up being really easy because he for some reason clicked Fly on Metagross. So a couple weird interactions, and the Ursaring ended up being more stressful than I wanted because Typhlosion was so low HP, but it all worked out. It all worked out pretty easily. Next time we've got Byron, which is the 6th Gym Leader Steel type. I'm pretty sure we can just sweep him. Sorry if that's a spoiler. But this fight, the fight we just did, and kind of the past couple fights have been like run enders for some people, especially in Deathless. It's really hard to get through some of these fights. And we were going to risk crit on Gliscor there, but really just about everything else should have been pretty safe. I just made a mistake on Milotic, and I potentially could have lost 2 Focus Sashes, which would have been bad, but we can infinitely farm money in this game because we have Versus Recorder, which means we can infinitely buy coins, which means we can buy infinite Focus Sashes, so it really didn't matter anyway. But I don't love to do that. Like, I'd rather not have to, go through all that, so. Pretty straightforward, yeah. It's a little bit of a cheap fight, right? It's a little bit cheesy, the way I just kind of spam Focus Sashes and then spam Protects. But sometimes it'd be like that. And when a fight has 2 Pseudo-Legendaries and a Lucario with Adaptability Life Orb, like, you gotta do that. That was Riley. I love when under prep, we still win. But yeah. Pretty neat, pretty cool, and I'll see you guys for Byron.